Champaign graduate, is that right?
Champaign graduate, local to the area, I believe.
Awesome, awesome, cool. Hopefully this will be a good round one for you all, and thank you all for tuning in. Hope you stick around and enjoy some good matches. We got, again, a lot of great players here today, so stick around. And
great for our production that's going to go home pretty late tonight, but we'll see how that goes. And right away, Maize starting off with the game plan, starting off with those neutral Bs. Generally, the game plan is going to be play this corner game, see where you can find your grab, and see where you can find your back airs. And now it just becomes an execution test of, can I kill this Little Mac here? Can I drain all his resources?
Yeah. Although most people consider Little Mac worst character, Pikachu Little Mac is like pretty commonly accepted as bottom 5 matchups in the game. So we'll see how Buff Mac plays this matchup out, see what he can do here. And hey, he's sticking with it now. He's leading 7% here. Hasn't got gimped yet, which is always a good sign.
Yeah, of course. Something I've already noticed is Buff Mac losing that stock there, but last offstage interaction, he was very comfortable using all his resources, mixing up the way he got back to ledge. If he keeps that up, it's definitely going to bode well for him further into this set.
Yeah, the one thing I am a little nervous about for Buff Mac is now that Maize has a stock lead, there's nothing really stopping him from running away and T-jolting for the rest of the game, but let's see how Mac can get through here.
Finding that quick running F-tilt, evening up the stocks, and Little Mac definitely weak off stage, but not weak on stage at all. He will rack up that damage in 2-3 strings.
Yeah, and Pikachu not being very heavy at all, even though some people still do consider him to be too heavy. F-tilt can kill fairly early percent there.
All right, regaining that center stage. Let's see what he makes of it. Maize back in this corner, but again, Pikachu a character that's pretty comfortable in that corner as long as he has that T-jolt.
Yeah, both players seem pretty comfortable with Max sitting middle. Obviously doesn't want to be near the corner. And Pikachu just kind of sitting above ledge, throwing Thunder Jolts on, looking to get inside here. Ooh, gets the reset. And it does kill off the top.
Finding that reverse up B, a little bit of the mix-up on the DI. And now it's really up to Buff Mac is how can he play this lead? He has the lead, but versus a character like Pikachu, that lead is not going to last.
Yeah, and I'm always baffled by how early of a percent up B kills at.
Yeah.
It killed 90 like after hit. I know on plat versus Pikachu, but still, that's just a crazy strong move for a character with like generally very poor aerial options.
Yeah, and now controlling the stage, not committing too hard, just kind of getting his traps in. Forcing the roll there, but not quite finding the punish. And Maize finding that up throw, and we're at even stocks, but not looking so hot for Maize at the moment right now. We've seen a lot of usage of this forward smash. Buff Mac really comfortable with using that super armor. Maize finding that back air. Let's see if he could convert it off to a kill.
Yeah, as Little Mac, you definitely got to utilize that super armor. It's definitely one of your saving graces to get through some of the like oppressive options that Pikachu throws at you. But he's got him off stage at 112 here.
Now the onus is on Buff Mac, finding that up angle forward smash and taking game 1.
Well, that was great, like, adaptation from Buff Mac there. He got thrown off stage pretty early by Maize and managed to get back, and then kind of took over from there. Really had the lead, got the early kill second stock with the F-tilt and up B, and then yeah, just kind of carried his momentum into winning game 1.
Yeah, and we see Maize going to the Smash Bro counter pick. Now something immediately I noticed from Maize is he's very good at getting that opening string to get Little Mac off stage, but he's not so comfortable closing it out. I think something that might help him in those scenarios is going out there and forcing your pressure. Something that a lot of people don't know is when Little Mac side B's off stage once, he can't do it again until he touches ground. I'm not too sure if he's familiar with that or not, but that definitely, to me, says that you need to chase that a little bit further, as opposed to just waiting on the ledge where Little Mac has more mix-up.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely an interesting matchup. No, I don't think I knew that myself, but it's
something
tough.
I recently learned.
It's tough just because you don't see very many Little Macs.
Yeah.
I've seen tweets that say there's nothing scarier than a round 1 Little Mac, so
Yeah,
we'll definitely see how this plays out here for Maize game 2.
Maize waiting for that tech chase right there. And I like how Buff Mac is playing this mid-range, making the most use of Little Mac's ground game, and not fighting too close to Pikachu, where Pikachu's going to find those hits.
He's got the KO punch here. Has not pulled the trigger on it yet.
Yeah. Ideally, he wants to take this stock and save it,
but
just
yeah,
like that.
It's not needed at all
and
with the
Maize
F-tilt
just
at the
kind of
corner.
found in the corner. Ooh, waiting for the air dodge there. But yeah, Maize definitely not too accustomed to this Little Mac ground game. Putting him in an offstage scenario again. Very smart use of the counter. Just noticing that Maize was pushing that advantage a little bit too hard.
Yeah, like you said, Buff Mac's doing a great job at using all his resources to get back.
Yeah. And now really this is a point for Maize where it's not looking too hot in this set. What kind of adjustments can I make? And I think something that I love to do as a player is just slow down the pace a little bit. Little Max is kind of controlling the pace right here. But if you don't ask yourself, what's going wrong here? What can I change? It's just going to keep being Buff Max momentum.
Yeah, slowing it down would definitely be a key here, just because he took those first 2 stocks in like less than a minute. That counter killing cross stage easily for stock 2, giving him the big stock lead, but Maize looks to close the gap here with the Nair combo.
Extending the advantage there, I like it. Trying to find that early stock, but just barely missing it. We see Buff Mac kind of get back to that composure, not forcing it, realizing I was in disadvantage there, just need to slow it down and get back to neutral. Something I'm noticing from Buff Mac, and I think Maize has done a pretty good job of punishing. Nice tag there. But Buff Mac chooses an option instantly when he gets off ledge, which I think Maize is just kind of comfortable preempting that option and punishing for it. Something that I'd love to see from Buff Mac is take a little bit more time at ledge, kind of seeing what your opponent wants to do in those situations.
The double up smash does not land there, but either of those would have definitely killed. It's a scary spot here for Pikachu, just because basically any of Mac's moves kill at this percent.
Finding that opening back air, let's see how he could extend off of it. Getting those 3 guaranteed hits. Love the weight option. Just barely missing it, but still keeping a little bit of the pace here. I like how Buff Mac didn't try to force anything.
Yeah, and I do like Maize's changing of options. They're opting to land back on stage and dash attack.
And we see Maize playing a lot more cognizant of these grounded smash attacks. I think that's something. Will that F do? It will. And Buff Mac takes it 2-0. Great set to start the day.
Yeah, it's definitely very, very good set to see, just because, again, Lil Mac's not a character you often see in tourney here. So seeing that matchup against a very, considered tough matchup with Pikachu, it's a very cool way to start off Ignition here today.
Yeah, and adding that extra storyline of Indiana versus Chicago. Always love to see those regional storylines here.
Yeah, Little Mac's not something we see much of here in Chicago, so it's cool to get that featured on stream.
And who do we have walking up? We'll find out in just a second. But yeah, great set to start off the day. I think Buff Mac was really dominant in that grounded gameplay. Maize not quite finding that